Sometimes people do not stay in difficult jobs because they lack courage. Sometimes they stay because their financial structure has quietly removed their flexibility. That is what we are examining today. The quiet lock-in effect. And once you see it clearly, you may begin to understand why higher income does not always create greater freedom. In the previous episode, we examined income concentration. Now we look at something quieter. Something that often builds gradually, almost invisibly. The lock-in effect. Lock-in rarely happens suddenly. It tends to build over time, often as income rises. At first, it feels like progress. A better home, a more comfortable car, additional services, more polished living. None of this appears dangerous. But structurally, something important may be happening underneath. Let us define it clearly. The lock-in effect occurs when your fixed commitments grow to a level that reduces your flexibility. Even if your income is strong, fixed commitments are expenses that are difficult to reduce quickly. Mortgage payments, long-term rent, vehicle finance, school fees, subscription bundles, debt repayments. The more of your income tied to these commitments, the narrower your margin becomes. Let us look at a simple example. Imagine you earn £6,000 per month. Your fixed and semi-fixed commitments total £4,800. That leaves £1,200 of flexibility before variable spending. Now imagine your income rises to £7,000. That sounds like clear progress. But instead of strengthening liquidity, you upgrade housing and transport. Your fixed commitments rise to £5,900. You feel more successful. Your lifestyle looks better. But structurally, very little has changed. Your margin barely moved. Your lifestyle improved. Your flexibility did not. This is the lock-in effect. And this is why it can be deceptive. It often feels like progress. But in structural terms, it may simply preserve exposure at a higher level of income. There is also a behavioral layer here. When fixed commitments rise, your risk tolerance often changes with them. You may become less willing to change roles, less willing to negotiate assertively, less willing to pause and rethink, less willing to take calculated risks. Not because ambition disappeared, but because commitments now demand continuity. Stability stops feeling like preference and starts feeling like survival. Now let us slow this down. If 75 to 85% of your income is committed before discretionary spending, your structure may already be tight. Even if your income appears strong from the outside, a tight structure reduces optionality. And optionality affects confidence more than many people realize. This helps explain why some professionals remain in roles they have clearly outgrown. From the outside, it may appear irrational, but structurally, it is often understandable. Income increased. Commitment expanded with it. Flexibility narrowed quietly. Now pause and reflect honestly. If you lost 20% of your income tomorrow, which commitments could realistically adjust within 30 days? Consider that carefully. Not theoretically. Realistically. If the answer is very few, your lock-in level may be high. The worksheet for this episode includes a simple fixed cost ratio calculation. It asks you to divide your fixed commitments by your monthly income. That percentage often reveals more than intuition. Because intuition may say, I am doing fine. But ratios tend to be more honest. The objective is not minimalism. The objective is proportionality. A strong financial structure is not defined by how little you spend. It is defined by how much flexibility remains after your commitments are covered. In the next episode, we will bring the ideas from this season together into a practical exposure check, a way to assess your structure more clearly. Until then, notice where your flexibility lives and where it does not.